we really look forward to connecting in this peer-to-peer network. One of our committees is called Learn, and in fact, we have a public health professional as part of that, and they're looking at how we can create modules that can spread the word more, but also be interactive and engage both people who are wanting to teach as well as people who want to learn. You asked earlier what our vision was. We actually have a vision. Perhaps we can see it on the monitor. A group of us came together. Our first meeting was actually under a tree in Fremont in the open air at a picnic table. So we were trying to be California healthy.
Right.
And we talked about what our vision might be. And then we developed it further. We went to offices in San Jose and spent a long time considering the vision, looking at it all from different places, and we came up with a completely a vision that captured our aspiration. And it's this vision which, can I have the graphic back again? To catalyze human potential to reimagine health. And the idea of reimagining health is that we see so much concentration on healthcare, yet kind of wait till people get sick, but actually we don't want to get sick. We want to imagine a world in which we do the things to keep resilient and healthy, and we only get sick when all of those things fail. So some of our committees are looking at this whole thing of how do we reboot health. In fact, we've got a reboot committee. And Cindy Mason will probably come on a future show and come and tell us about that. We're also looking at mental health, the relationship of the mind and the body to keeping people healthy. Because if you're not happy, you know, it's hard to stay healthy and feel energized about exercising or eating well. So I think the mental part of it is mental resilience is really important. Are there any MRC units doing things in mental health?
A lot of Medical Reserve Corps units have done some activities in mental health, but not necessarily in the way that you're thinking. So remember that a lot of the Medical Reserve Corps units in the past have worked on disaster issues. And so mental resiliency with psychological first aid and things like that. And so in LA, they went through and did a lot of psychological first aid here in the state of California. And so there are other trainers trained in psychological first aid here within the state and across the nation. And that's really been great to be able to support first responders and just be able to comfort them post-disaster or in the middle of the disaster. And so that's something that we've worked on in the past.
I think we talked earlier about how you're seeing a slight sort of shift in direction of the MRCs towards the emphasis on health. Could you say a little bit more about that?
Well, over the past couple of years, we have really taken the Surgeon General's priorities under our wings, and we've developed initiatives at the local level for the Medical Reserve Corps units to participate in of their own design. It's participatory design. Without knowing what that was, we've already been doing that. Yeah. So the Medical Reserve Corps units are given the opportunity to see the Surgeon General's priorities and initiate them. We also participated in promoting Let's Move over the past couple of years, Michelle Obama's initiative, and really developing that throughout the Medical Reserve Corps units if they were interested in participating in that. And so we are the in motion, in healthy food and eating. We really are trying to promote resiliency through a whole health point of view.
Gosh, one of our members is Eileen Serlin, and she wrote a whole series called Whole Person Healthcare. And so we are seeing how we can take that and put it through our learning platform and get that further out. So I hope that we can partner more on those kinds of initiatives and maybe cross-fertilize and get your guidance to do it in a way that is participatory. We feel that that's a very, very high priority for us. I'd like to show another graphic about the intentions of the founders of the California Health Corps. And we're inspired by this quote from Herophiles, who is the physician to Alexander the Great from 300 BC, and that without health, reason is powerless. If we do not have health, we can't do very much. And I think that is one of the strong motivations behind the California Health Initiative, that we take the best that we know and the best people that we have to find out how to engage with our local communities. We're particularly inspired by the Institute of Medicine over the last few years has been talking about the local community as a learning system for health. And that seems to have great potential for engaging people, because once we become a learning system as a local community, why stop at health? Why not go to thriving?
Yes,
and so we don't have to spend the time thinking about disease and sickness, but how do we keep people healthy so that they're energized and happy and able to thrive in their own lives? Do you see this as something that might fit in with where the MRC units are going in the future, or do you think this is a direction that's kind of not in the mainstream?
Well, you have to remember that the local community designs their medical reserve corps unit, and it catches on because it's peer-to-peer. And so what you find to be a fantastic idea, which I agree, this is where health is really moving, as you design this and start implementing it, and it can be replicated by other medical reserve corps units, here you have a tree. You've just created the tree that you sat underneath when you were trying to come up with the vision, because we already have the roots. And so it's already a network for you to be able to disseminate your great ideas.
This is very exciting, and to know that while people are looking at all the changes in healthcare, that there's the promise of health in the future, that people have been thinking seriously, building networks, setting up routes, the Healthy People 2020, that this has been an ongoing process for there's been 3 Healthy People.
Since I've been working on public health initiatives, there have been 3. That does not mean there weren't more prior to that, but yeah.
So this is a great opportunity for local people who are interested in improving their own health and the health of people in their communities to get involved. And so if they want to get involved, what do they do? Where should they go?
Well, if you'd like to get involved in a Medical Reserve Corps unit, you can go to the website medicalreservecorps.gov, and that has all of the information. Even if you're just an individual person and interested in volunteering, there is probably a Medical Reserve Corps unit near you, and you can just put in your home zip code, and it'll search right to your local Medical Reserve Corps and give you that point of contact. So once you've gone through the process of being recognized as a Medical Reserve Corps, your information will be there also. So when anybody puts in a Palo Alto zip code, they'll get right to you.
Thank you, Jill. This has been marvelous. I think it gives us hope for the future and health. May we all be healthy. This has been a great show. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me. It's very nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.